Okay, so today I want to cover two of the best spare tire carrier solutions on the market for overlanding. So I get asked a lot, what is the best spare tire carrying solution? We're going to talk about this system, which is the Expedition 1 bumper that has a dual swing and it can carry up to a 40-inch spare tire, although they do recommend only going up to 37. And then also over here, we've got this rigged solution that also can go up to a 40-inch spare. Okay, so let's start first with the Expedition 1 bumper. This is a whole solution, right? So we're talking the bumper plus the dual swing outs, and then it has many accessories that can come with that. So the dual swing out can accommodate, you know, jerry cans, roto packs. You can see I've got this funky little extension sticking out right here. It's actually where I can mount my high lift jack next to my jerry cans if I wanted to. You know, you can obviously mount one spare tire. You can mount two full 37-inch spare tires on the back of this. One thing I like about the dual swing is you do have more storage room as opposed to like a single swing like the rigged solution. We'll go ahead and open this up. You just have these handles down here that you squeeze a little bit hard, and then they pop open. The way that latch works is really cool because it actually supports the weight of the stuff that you have mounted to it when you have it closed. So when you're bumping around on those really crazy trails, it's not like putting all the pressure on your hinge. Even though this is the beefiest hinge I've seen on any of the dual swing solutions, they still manage to support some of the additional weight with this, and that's pretty fantastic. As you can see on the back here, lots of holes on these panels, and those just come standard with it. It's not like an add-on. So you can immediately bolt stuff to this. Same thing over here with the spare tire. Let me open this really quick. You got it down here, you get low. Really actually super easy. It's the fastest thing I've found to be able to open with a full-size spare on it. Everything else is not, like the rig solution is not clunky at all. It just takes a little more, you're working with multiple pins and pressure plates that keep it from jiggling around, which is awesome. But it takes a tiny bit more time for that one to open up. So this one's pretty fast. Again, here you go. You've got this mounting plate that goes on the outside. This is what holds the spare in place. They have different cutouts, by the way, for the lights. I just have never bothered to put them on yet. So normally your squadrons wouldn't have this giant hole like that. But yeah, beefy recovery points. Obviously accommodates your stock hitch. Comes with your license plate lights and everything like that. Yeah, so it really is a solid bumper. Now, here's why I don't think comparing this to the rigged solution is the right way to go, like which one's better. The thing about this that's interesting is when this is closed, the one thing I love about it is it sits so snug against the back of your truck and it doesn't lower your exit angle. You have nothing sticking out of the back of your hitch that makes your exit angle even worse. I'll play some video, but my exit angle on a Tundra already causes me tons of problems on a lot of the trails. I'm always dragging this hitch as it is. I have some trips that I went on in Moab where I dragged that thing, just makes a horrendous sound. Luckily, the only thing it's really damaging is the paint on the very bottom of the hitch. But I drag that thing all the time already. So the idea of having something stick out, you know, additional foot there, just it seems like a no-go for me. Now, here's the downfall of this and why I don't think this is for everyone and the rigged solution might be for you. Well, actually, first of all, let me show you this thing is so bulletproof. I love this bumper so much. They did such a great job, even with these aluminum kick plates on the top, just stylized and everything. It's amazing. But the one downfall of it is, actually, let me get on this side where it's not gonna be too dark. It's these little pins right here. These are the pins that stop this whole arm from not swinging around and smacking the side of your truck. Brilliantly cool design, just not strong enough. These little bolts that hold them in place, I break those on a fairly regular basis. In fact, I think that one's broken right now. And then I just buy new bolts and I stick them in. So I'm gonna have to find a more permanent solution for that pin right there. But other than that, this thing's really bulletproof. Okay, so here's one of the things I love about this. Look at that when it's closed. Do you see how little of a gap there is between the vehicle and the your spare tire, or the vehicle and the dual swinging gate? I mean, this is like mere, it's what, an inch? 1 inch. So this thing doesn't like stick out way off the back of your truck. If you just look at that image right there, that is nice and tight, keeping your weight closer to your actual axles, which is awesome. So I love how tight up the Expedition 1 bumper is. So now let's go and compare why the rigged solution in a lot of ways could be a better solution for some people. The rigged solution is, honestly, a lot of its genius is just how simplistic it is. So first of all, where it goes into your bumper, it has a wedge inside of there that will make it so it won't wobble at all. When I picked this thing up, I wasn't impressed. When I actually bought this truck, I took it to the Pismo Dunes and was racing around, and my spare tire was jiggling around everywhere. My first thought was, man, I can't wait to get my Expedition 1 bumper moved over and solve this problem. Well, what I came to find out was this thing had just been hastily thrown on the back of the truck. So there's a pressure plate inside of here that you can tighten through with a, you know, long socket basically down there, and it will make it solid back there to where it just does not wobble at all. Then you put in a locking pin right here. So between this pin and that thing, this thing doesn't jiggle around at all. It doesn't make any noise. Super impressed once I got it installed correctly. Then the second cool thing about it is you have your latch on the outside, obviously, and then you have this ramp that this little guy goes up. And what happens is when you're closing it, this swing arm essentially goes up this plastic ramp. This plastic ramp right here, that is replaceable, by the way. So if you ever wore it out, you could always just get this replacement part and stick a new one on. But yeah, it goes up this ramp and this ramp right here. They look rusty, but these are just plastic pieces. So yeah, they do wear off the paint on the bottom of the latches a little bit. You have to keep up with rust mitigation on those. But when they go onto those and the pin gets dropped in here, plus what you have in there, and then this big hinge on it, this tire doesn't move. I mean, you've got your little rubber gasket there as well. So no jiggling, no noise. Super impressed with the design there. They did a really great job, especially considering that they're saying they can carry up to a 40-inch tire. I mean, that's just a 37 right there, but 40-inch tire on there would just be huge. They have different mounting plates for different bolt patterns, so you won't have to worry about that. You can mount it at different heights depending on the size. They have great accessories as well, just like Expedition 1. They actually have a table mount that you can mount off the back here. They also have a panel that has lots and lots of pre-drilled holes for mounting all kinds of accessories too. So lots and lots of options on this as well. This thing swings out nice and wide, so it's great to get out of the way. Now let's talk about the situations where this might be better for you than the Expedition 1. I mean, first off, right off the bat, it's cheaper. It costs about half as much. It's still not cheap. There really isn't a such thing as a super cheap solution to carry this big of tires. But this thing comes in at about $1,200 starting, and then you got to add your accessories to it. So it's about half the price of the Expedition 1. What you notice is it gives you another hitch jack there and there. So you can put a bike rack right here. You can put a bike rack on here, and then you have a swing away bike rack. So you could stick your, you know, two mountain bikes on there, and then have them swing out of the way, still be able to access the back of your truck, still be able to hold your spare tire. The thing is, you still have the same problem that you do on that truck. Is if you find a spare, you know, a bike rack that will stick out far enough to go around the tire, we are talking sticking out really far at this point. So And then with this one, you literally would have to take the bike rack off basically to be able to get your back open, where this one offers a swing away. So if you're into mountain biking and take bikes on every trip that you go on, Rig Solution may be the best solution for you for sure with that swing away. Big fan of that. Now, what I'm not a fan of is, remember how you can just look down the line there, that tire is about 3 inches max off the back of my bed. So when you shoot the side with the spare tire on there, this thing just looks like it's hanging way out here, like substantially out far, which is extending that weight pretty far past the end of your axle. So I'm not a fan of how far out it sticks. Other than that, they both have camera relocation brackets that you can use because your standard camera becomes useless. They have things for relocating your license plate on here. It's just a very well thought out product, honestly. I didn't think I was gonna be impressed with this after owning that. And then I was like, you know what? This is a very simple solution, costs half the price, and really checks the major boxes. So, good job, Rigged. You make a great product. It does not feel cheap. Check them out. I'll put links below to both of them. What was the last thing? Oh yeah, the question on how do you change your tires safely? You know what I've noticed is I am not the strongest guy. Like, I'm not gonna win, strong guy competition of the year anytime ever. And I can lift a 37 up safely. I kind of just go straight up with it, and then I popped it on the bottom of my knee, and then use my knee to throw it up on there. No problem. It really works quite well. So I really haven't had problems with pulling them off and putting them back on. As far as safety, as far as getting a 37 on and off your truck when you break down, I have used the high lift jacks in the past. It's probably the least safe option if you don't know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing and you get a wide base plate from it and you know what you're doing, they work fine. If you don't know what you're doing, you can have your truck tip over on you quite easily, and it can be very dangerous. In the back of this white truck over here, we have the much safer option, which is, I don't even know if you can see that down there. Yep, we have a Pro Eagle. So that gives you a much wider base to work off of, so a lot more stability, and that is really cool. It's mounted back there, but the mount that I use to mount it back there, I can actually mount it onto the back of one of these dual swing outs. I'm kind of shifting over to the Pro Eagle for safety reasons mostly, and convenience, honestly. It's really easy to work with. But yeah, between the Pro Eagle and just my surprising amount of strength for my spaghetti looking arm, seem to be able to manage to get it to work every time. Anyway, thanks for checking this out. Hope you enjoyed it. Smash the like button if you can, helps me out a lot, and hit subscribe. Have a good one. Talk to you guys soon.